Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, the 12th day of May 2020. In the headlines, lifeguards and sea bathers save woman on the first day back on the beach. Family charged with burning young boys over peanut butter. Minister for Health praises unsung heroes on International Nurses Day today. In the sports news, President of the Caribbean Football Union believes that the region needs to understand the role of FIFA in football a lot more. And in Around the Globe, 8 die of COVID-19 in Bermuda. We'll bring you the details in a moment. Good evening from all of us at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. Top story to report. The beach is open. The words, like music, to the ears of many beach lovers. From 5 to 11 a.m., people can once again appreciate this part of nature. You see, 4 weeks ago, the beach was one of many places shut off from the public as regulations were implemented in an effort to curb the spread of the coronavirus. GBN's Christina John made it to Grand Anse to capture the scene on the first day of the reopening of the beach.
That's our feeling you get when your feet touches the water for the first time. People got the opportunity on Tuesday to do just that. After waiting for one whole month to hear just these 4 words, the beach is open. On Tuesday, people were seen lined the beach, basking in what we're best known for: the sea, the sand, and the sun. The announcement came late Monday, granting a 6-hour window from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. for people to access the beach. In the early hours of Tuesday morning, people took the opportunity to either walk their dog, jog, or have a swim. How does it feel to be out? This lady puts it simple.
Amazing. Long overdue. For all of the lockdown we had, this part was the part that I needed the most. I just needed to come and get that salt.
I've been looking forward to that a very long time too. Yes.
About 2 bouts out of work and being home, just inside mostly. Be happy to be back on the beach, Get to go in some salt water and just relax. Me and the family.
Words can't express. When I heard the news last night and my children screamed out, "Mommy, the beach open!" I said, "All right, my bag is packed, I'm ready to go." And I came this and I walked the entire beach, went to the water, and I'm having my pedicure with nature's exfoliating cream, sand on my stone.
Enjoying a bit of football, these guys observed the 6-foot distancing as part of the protocol. Minutes to the 11 o'clock hour deadline, sea bathers were making preparation to leave the beach. Just before they left, GBN sought to find out what valuable life lessons being on lockdown have taught them. For one young man who was a bit camera shy, it was the opportune time for him to work on becoming more health conscious.
It's a learning lesson. We all thought that we learned a lot from this. The land, the food, grow your own. Eat what you grow.
Those things is that we cannot take life for granted. We cannot take people for granted. And situations can change in a moment. And we just have to put our trust in God. We have to also love each other, respect each other, and try as much as we can to get through this thing together.
From Grandon's Beach, where, as you can see behind me, the beach is now empty. I am Christelina John for GBN News.
The delight of returning to the beach. All right, well, hours after the reopening of the beach, tragedy struck for one young woman. She was hauled from the waters of Grandon's Beach by some bathers, sea bathers, and lifeguards. Christelina John has that story.
Less than 24 hours after it became public that beach visits were allowed, a young woman ran into problems while enjoying the pleasure of bathing on the world-famous Grandon's Beach. Certified lifeguard Johnny Thompson was among those who sprung into action.
On me, we had a little encounter with someone who had a little problem outside. They had difficulties, and because of quick response, we was able to reach in time, and some others get her out. We worked CPR on her, and she started breathing a little more fine. Last time we left her, I think we called the ambulance. We got some others to call the ambulance to come, and the ambulance showed up, so we stayed with her until she could breathe on her own a little, and she went off with the ambulance, and she was breathing pretty all right the last time we checked. So
Thompson is among 3 lifeguards who are assigned to the beach.
So we patrol up and down the beach, patrol from each end. Sometimes we have one down here, one to the middle of the beach and one to the further end, so we could switch up and everybody could get coverage of what's going on the beach. Fast response and give thanks to the Grenadian people as well, because they saw it and everybody was ready to respond to it as well. So it's not just us as a lifeguard, everybody playing that part as well. So.
Because people have been deprived from using the beach for so long, many are expected to throng the local seashores in the coming days and weeks. Thompson reminds us to proceed with caution.
To the people of Grenada who will be coming out here over the days, we would like for them to be cautious. Don't be drinking, not partying, as they say. Take more caution, take caution of your own life, because not all the time we might be able to respond as fast, So sometimes you have to be responsible for your own life. But we are here and we're doing the best that we can do to keep the people safe and comfortable during this time.
Christelina John, GBN News.
All right, this one to report. A woman and her brother have been charged with wounding her 2 sons with hot water. Their first court appearance was Monday and they were denied bail. The children have since been removed from the home. The boys, aged 9 and 3, were reportedly held down and their hands dosed with hot water, one after eating peanut butter without permission, and the other for using a relative's cell phone to play games. The boy's father confirmed the attack. The police were alerted by a neighbor who observed that the boy's hands appeared to be severely infected. Police confirmed that the incident had happened about a week before they were alerted. The boys were taken to the general hospital for treatment. Originally, the grandmother was also arrested, but she was not charged. Today is International Nurses Day, celebrated around the world on May 12th each year. At a time when nurses make up an integral part of frontline workers battling the coronavirus pandemic, their contribution can be considered immeasurable. Health Minister Nicholas Steele, in an address to the nation to nurses today, commended them for their heroic acts of selflessness as they exercise their duties.
Someone once said that the care and compassion of nurses are more effective and valuable than the medication prescribed by physicians. Today, I wish to salute that particular group of unsung heroes of the healthcare industry who work in the trenches daily to ensure that we are all protected. To our nurses, yours is a calling that you exercise with true sacrifice, grit, and compassion, and every one of us has been touched by it in one way or another throughout our lives.
Minister Steele acknowledged that their work is not going unnoticed and appreciated by all, citing government's commitment to working with them to improve the health system.
We all see you, we appreciate you, and we value you. In return, we will continue to work on your behalf to ensure that you are safe, that you are protected, and that your work conditions improve. We are a long way from making it optimal, but we hope that each step we take demonstrates how committed we are to giving back to you a little of what you give us daily.
Other news, police have arrested and charged 2 men in separate incidents for drug offences. One will return to court next week, while the other was fined after pleading guilty. We get the rest in this report.
34-year-old businessman Loxley Regis of Rookie St. David will make his second court appearance on Monday at the St. David's Magistrates Court for charges of trafficking in a controlled drug and money laundering. Police say the charges were laid against Regis after a search of his residence turned up just over 3 pounds of compressed marijuana worth a street value of $7,484 EC dollars and over $10,000 in cash. Regis was granted bail in the sum of $10,000 with one surety after appearing at the St. David's Magistrates Court last Friday. Meanwhile, in an unrelated drug bust, Cedric George, 39 years old Vincentian residing at Woburn St. George, pleaded guilty to the charge of trafficking in a controlled drug and was fined $2,500. George was apprehended after the search of a vehicle in which he was a passenger turned up 3.5 pounds of compressed cannabis during a traffic stop at Wester Hall in St. David. He appeared at the St. David's Magistrates Court last Friday. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Well, Calypsonian Alan Gaskin, one of the Grenadian cruise ship workers who returned to Grenada on the weekend, demonstrated his gratitude to government for the welcome received. Gaskin, in a video posted on Facebook on Tuesday, said the treatment received was no surprise, as it is what can be expected from the Grenadian people.
The welcome that we received was fitting for a king. Anything besides that would have been an error. It was at the highest class and level. The sense of respect, appreciation, the love that Minister Steele and his team, the doctors, the nurses, NADMA and the Customs Department expressed to us. I couldn't find words to say how much we appreciate the efforts and the hard work that they put in to accept us as we make our way home.
So we can tell you that Gaskin's video was in complete contrast to a video posted by one of his colleagues on Saturday night, expressing disgust with the treatment received. In that video, females could be heard complaining that the building was dirty, with a dead fly on the bed and dinner that was below their expectation. Gaskin called for unity to fight against COVID-19 as he showered praise on government.
I cannot give you any other mark than A+. You were excellent. You made me feel at home. I felt loved. I felt appreciated. The full works, all the T's was crossed and all the I's was dotted. And I want to thank the Grenadian government and the Grenadian people and the COVID-19 team that greeted us at the St. George's Harbour.
You're watching News at 7. Still to come from us, police have arrested and charged 2 men in separate incidents for drug offences. One, of course, will return. Do stay with us. We'll tell you the construction sector asked to lead the charge toward the resumption of economic activity in Grenada. And government official warns of tough times ahead. Stay with us.
Republic Bank assures all personal, small business, commercial and corporate banking customers of our continued support during these uncertain times. We are pleased to advise that all our credit officers are available to assist you with navigating your finances during these challenging times. We encourage you to contact your relationship officer at the bank for discussion and advice on your particular circumstance for a solution that meets your specific needs. Additionally, you may email us at customercare@republicgrenada.com or send us a message on Facebook or call 444-2265. We look forward to continue offering the best possible quality and personalized service to you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Together, and only together, we can beat COVID-19.
Caribbean Agros Industry Limited would like to thank the general public for their patience during the period of closure and would like to inform the public and the valued customers that effective May 13th, they shall be resuming sales operations on the basis of the following conditions. Sales hours shall be from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. The minimum purchase amount of flour and or feed shall be 10 bags per person. All customers entering the compound must wear facial masks, which must be kept on at all times while on the compound. Customers are also required to complete a visitor's form and will have their temperatures checked by the company's security personnel. Customers testing over 38 degrees Celsius will not be permitted entry. Additionally, a maximum of 15 customers shall be allowed on the compound at any given time. Management thank you for your cooperation and look forward to serving you under safe and secure conditions as we play our part to protect you, our valued customers, as well as our staff from the threat posed by the current pandemic.
Our superheroes are all among us. They don't wear capes nor have superpowers. In fact, they appear to be quite ordinary. They are the ones who provide us with food. They are our farmers, our grocery store workers, our vendors. They are our fishermen. They are the ones who heal us, our doctors and medical practitioners. They are the ones who protect us, our police officers. They are all the other essential workers who make this period bearable. And how can we forget our teachers, dedicated to educating our children no matter the circumstance? To everyone who is doing their part to make sure the wheel keeps turning, Ariza says, thank you.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Now, for electrical safety. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 350 local anywhere calls and texts. With the always-on prepaid plans, all for $25. Keep your number when you switch to Grenada's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Republic Bank assures all personal, small business, commercial, and corporate banking customers of our continued support during these uncertain times. We are pleased to advise that all our credit officers are available to assist you with navigating your finances during these challenging times. We encourage you to contact your relationship officer at the bank for discussion and advice on your particular circumstance for a solution that meets your specific needs. Additionally, you may email us at customercare@republicgrenada.com or send us a message on Facebook or call 444-2265. We look forward to continue offering the best possible quality and personalized service to you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The construction sector is asked to lead the charge toward the resumption of economic activity as Grenada eases restrictions implemented due to COVID-19. With a recorded 21 positive cases of COVID-19, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell on Sunday delivered a national address outlining changes that took effect on Monday. On Tuesday, the Ministry of Works further expanded on the new rules for the construction industry. We get more in this report.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Works says 65 applications for construction work to resume were received since the announcement on Sunday night. On Tuesday, Marina Jessamy outlined the health and safety guidelines for the construction industry.
That contractors must complete a form, the date, the name of the contractor, the contact number, whether it is a mobile number, a phone number at home, or email address, the type of project, which indicates if it is residential, commercial, excavation, whatever the type of the project is, the location of the project, the number of workmen on the project, and then the signature. If there's any additional information, it can be placed in a cover letter. And we expect that this information be submitted by email to ps@moiid.gov.gd and copied to cto@moiid.gov.gd. For those who do not have email, we made arrangement at all the road offices at Beausejour, Guelph, Victoria, Sauternes, Pearls, and St. David's that you could walk in and ask for the application form. It is a simple form, one page. Once you complete that in 24 hours, we will inspect your site. And once you have all things in place, you will get permission to resume work.
Applications sent from Carriacou and Petit Martinique must be copied to the Ministry of Infrastructure Development in Grenada. She said this is to ensure it is registered in the event of contact tracing if the need arises.
One, the site must have established a hand washing station because we comply with the Safe Hand Challenge. The site must have kits for every worker, and that is why on the application form we are asking how many workmen will be involved in the project. And the minimum of the sanitation kit is at least 2 masks and hand sanitizers. If you have more, it is good, but that is the minimum request.
Jessamy said inspection teams started work Tuesday morning. Inspection will be done at individual projects 24 hours after application. Once inspected and approved, a certificate will be issued immediately to the company. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell delivered a national address outlining changes that took effect on Monday. He told the nation that government anticipates an uptick in economic activity with the resumption of work in the construction industry this week. Contractors are urged to comply with the new regulations or face the possibility of having their business closed. Jessamy said every construction site must have a COVID-19 response plan. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Grenada's economy may experience a detrimental blow if certain sectors are not open soon. That's according to Chartered Accountant Henry Joseph. Rena Pear tells us more.
Chartered Accountant and Managing Partner of PKF Grenada, Henry Joseph, says we have a long way to go. He was at the time speaking of Grenada's journey to economic stability. With St. George's University, which contributes 20% of Grenada's GDP, and our leading sector, tourism, still closed, Grenada economy, he says, continues to decline. Joseph said that while Grenada has allocated loans from IMF and other regional and international organizations, the situation may not be as fruitful.
I know that some loans have been negotiated, but you know, when you are dealing with places like the World Bank and the IMF, and so they take a while before they start disbursing loans. And of course, a lot of this has already been earmarked. So when these loans are ultimately received, the impact on the economy would not quite be what we want, because by then we would slowly be recovering.
Remaining optimistic, the accountant believes that once the St. George's University reopens and the tourism sector kicks off later in the year, the country may see some significant cash flow. Joseph also stated another important factor that may contribute to the growth of the country's economy.
You see, my own view is that we really need to diversify our economy. The dependence on tourism is just too much at this point in time. So we really need to diversify. It's not going to be an easy task, because it's quite simple to say, diversify. I know it's going to be a big challenge, but that's what we have to work towards, diversification.
Grenadians should be prepared for a great challenge in dealing with the economic impact of the coronavirus in Grenada, says Mr. Henry Joseph. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Minister for Trade and Economic Development Oliver Joseph says the reopening of Grenada's economy will be a slow process, keeping in mind the health and safety of Grenadians is priority. The minister says the opening of several sectors in the country is still under consideration. One of the sectors is aviation, which is predicted to resume the first week in June. Minister Joseph spoke of the strategies being considered for the reopening of the Maurice Bishop International Airport.
The first phase will be regional travel. That will be the first phase. As you are aware, our cases imported did not come from the region, mainly the USA, UK. These were the cases that we had the infection coming from. So again, opening up will be done on a phased basis. And as indicated, the CARICOM heads of government met because we want to do it on a regional basis. and regional travel will be the first phase to be considered in the opening up of the port and airport.
Although all waste is treated as hazardous, the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is treating waste from quarantine locations in a different way. That's according to General Manager Lyndon Robinson. A contingency plan was put in place to facilitate the emergency period and for possible positive cases of COVID-19. Christina John has more.
With the coronavirus remaining on surfaces for 3 hours to 7 days, the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is taking no chances in how they handle waste.
We have also developed the policy that we treat all waste as potentially hazardous. We are following the guidelines. First and foremost, we are treating the waste from areas that are used as quarantine locations. We are treating all these wastes as biohazardous waste, and therefore these wastes are handled in a manner, the same manner that which infectious waste from the general hospital would be handled.
General Manager Lyndon Robinson takes us through the process of collection from areas where people are quarantined with the virus to a special site created for disposal of this kind of waste.
So at the point of collection, the waste is decontaminated using chemical decontaminants that would allow for that contact time to attenuate or neutralize any infectious material that would be on the containers that the waste is contained therein. The waste itself is also decontaminated, and the waste is allowed to stand for a certain period of time to allow for that contact before collected by the waste handlers.
The General Manager informed us that contractors and waste handlers went through a process of training on the proper use and handling of personal protective equipment in an effort to reduce risk.
The handlers would be totally protected. The entire body would be covered, and there would be no opportunities for contact with any infectious material. The handling of the waste would be for a very short period of time. It would be compacted in a special arrangement that is made for it. And finally, we prepared a site that we would never disturb again, and we have that site specifically for that biohazardous waste. At the final point of internment, the waste is decontaminated again, and then we actually cover it. It is buried and would remain there undisturbed. The vehicle or the compactor that is used to transport that waste would be decontaminated at the landfill site before returning to the public thoroughfare and before returning to the residence where that contractor who is handling that waste, where that center of operation is based.
Christina John, GBN News.
Still ahead in News at 7, mass ban works behind the scenes in time of need. We'll talk about that.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load. With tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
It's new, innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together. Caribbean Agros Industry Limited would like to thank the general public for their patience during the period of closure and would like to inform the public and the valued customers that effective May 13th, they shall be resuming sales operations on the basis of the following conditions. Sales hours shall be from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. The minimum purchase amount of flour and or feed shall be 10 bags per person. All customers entering the compound must wear facial masks, which must be kept on at all times while on the compound. Customers are also required to complete a visitor's form and will have their temperatures checked by the company's security personnel. Customers testing over 38 degrees Celsius will not be permitted entry. Additionally, a maximum of 15 customers shall be allowed on the compound at any given time. Management thank you for your cooperation and look forward to serving you under safe and secure conditions as we play our part to protect you, our valued customers, as well as our staff from the threat posed by the current pandemic. The Grenada Bankers Association wishes to advise the public that effective Tuesday, May 12, 2020, commercial banks will open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Esplanade Mall, something for everyone. Go on a shopping spree today and experience some magic.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 70 channels and 12 in HD. All for $200 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
You're watching news at 7. The OECS received a Category 2 rating by the Federal Aviation Administration due to failure of compliance to some safety standards. The drop from Category 1 to 2 covers all OECS member states as a collective. The Federal Aviation Administration announced on Friday in a press release that the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, has been assigned a Category 2 rating because it does not comply with International Civil Aviation Organization safety standards under the Federal Aviation Administration's International Aviation Safety Assessment Program. Here's more in this report.
A Category 2 rating means that laws or regulations lack the necessary requirements to oversee air carriers in accordance with minimum international standards. It may also mean that civil aviation authorities are deficient in one or more areas, including technical expertise, trained personnel, record keeping, inspection procedures, or resolution of safety concerns. The OECS carriers can continue existing service to the United States. However, they will not be allowed to establish new service. According to an OECS media release, the authority of the OECS met on Sunday to review the recent announcement. The authority noted with appreciation that the FAA clearly stated in its announcement that OECS carriers can continue existing service to the United States. Therefore, aircraft that now fly to U.S. airports are not affected. The heads of government expressed their keen intention to work closely with the FAA in resolving the issues that would restore the OECS's Category 1 status that has been in place since 2007. They also observed that the change in status to Category 2 does not affect the day-to-day running of regional airports and airlines, and those other outstanding matters affecting ECA are regulatory issues and do not call into question the safety and security of the region's airports and airlines. Nonetheless, the heads expressed their determination to regain Category 1 status for the OECS in order to gain new direct and profitable routes into the United States for OECS air carriers. The meeting was attended by Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister Clarice Modeste Kerwin. Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.
The National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, has been stretched while fulfilling its primary functions, as well as simultaneously contributing to its role on the COVID-19 Response Committee. It was made even more evident after its assessment of where Grenada could have been with a community outbreak of the coronavirus. It is now tasked with being in the best position or preparing for different challenges from various levels, especially in the event that there is a relapse or recurrence of a full lockdown. Gerald Joseph has that story.
Citing the lack of adequate technical assistance in NADMA's system to respond to a disaster, Acting National Disaster Coordinator Sylvia McIntyre says they are now making a bid to overcome this challenge. In the event that a rapid response situation occurs during the pandemic or the hurricane season, he says they will then have the human resource to do so.
And so we've been having lots of interest in persons wanting to volunteer for the national system. But what we've done, as I said before, we were working on a double. We've extended that to persons wanting to volunteer for getting into a very active hurricane season.
The agency wants people who could assist with providing logistical support, relief distribution, and warehouse management. NADMA will also like to attract people who are strong in communications, especially those who could work with VHF radio systems. Training will be provided for volunteers who express an interest.
Having done that, the next phase would be to convene a national meeting, and we'll possibly do that by virtual means, identify persons, and the persons would be eventually shortlisted. We would convene a meeting of the persons who have volunteered. Thereafter, we're going to divide persons based on the zones and areas that they come from, that they would want to serve in these areas. And they would eventually become part of our district and our national response team.
Shelter managers are also a critical part of the process, and NADMA is also hoping that persons will volunteer to serve in that area as well. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
One carnival mass band is using its influence to assist some of the people heavily impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. With Spice Mass 2020 cancelled due to COVID-19, Lavish has shifted its focus to easing other misfortunes brought about by the virus.
With Spice Mass 2020 no longer on the horizon, one mass band is reorienting to provide support to Grenadians feeling the strain of the coronavirus pandemic. On Thursday, fancy mass band Lavish announced a new initiative to assist the people placed at a disadvantage due to the pandemic. Recently, concerns were raised about dialysis patients in Grenada having difficulty receiving funds to continue treatment. On the backdrop of this, the band is seeking to provide help with the collaboration of masqueraders by raffling some of its costumes. Mass band leader Ebony De Leon gave an overview of the initiative.
Sadly, quarantine has not been the same for everyone. There are persons who need assistance with providing food for their families. We hope to provide 200 food hampers and at least cover 10 dialysis treatments with this Lavish Cares initiative. So right now we have 3 promotions going on. You can enter to win a Lavish Times Soca Island Spice Mass 2021 package. This includes accommodation, it includes a costume with Lavish the Band, Monday night experience, island tour, Fed tickets, and more. You can also win one of 2 frontline costumes and one of 2 backline costumes.
De Leon explained how the public can participate in the raffle.
So you can help by supporting our raffle. You can visit our social media handles, Lavish the Band, on Instagram and on Facebook. We have information there regarding what's included in the packages that are up for the raffle. And we also have a link to the website that we've set up to facilitate the raffle. If you prefer not to partake in a raffle, you can also send donations through Zelle QuickPay, that's info@lavishtheband.com, or through PayPal, lavishtheband@gmail.com. Non-perishable food items also appreciated. You can send us an email on either one of the email addresses that I just mentioned before. You can send us an email and we can schedule or coordinate a pickup for the food items. If you are unable to donate or to partake in a raffle, you can help us by spreading the word about our fundraising efforts. It would be appreciated.
Lavish aims to provide at least 200 food hampers and cover the cost of 10 dialysis treatments with the proceeds from the raffle. 4 costumes are up for grabs, and for the next Spice Mass, an all-inclusive carnival experience package, which includes flight and accommodation. Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.
Time for this evening's GBN I Saw a Day at the Beach. The dream of many since the COVID-19 lockdown. Beverly Telesford has this evening's GBN I Saw compliments Clear Vision Eye Center.
A good eye captures all. GBN I Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Rechanging the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's I Saw features photographs of Grenadians on Grandance Beach in the south of the island, taking advantage of the first instance of designated beach hours allowed by the easement of restrictions. You can send in your photo and video submissions via our social media platforms.
Stay with us. The weather is next, followed by the sports news and around the globe.
The NIS is committed to your well-being and continues to provide the same excellent service to you from the safety of your home or office. Therefore, from April 2020, all remittances must be submitted electronically to nisremit@nisgrenada.org. The e-remittance template can be downloaded from our website at www.nisremit.org. nisgrenada.org/e-submission. Alternatively, you can provide us with your email address and the required Excel spreadsheet will be sent to you. Call 440-3309 or chat with us on social media for more information. NIS, serving you because we care.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
The Grenada Distillers Limited joins the government and people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique in the fight against COVID-19. Only together we can beat this pandemic. As a corporate citizen, we have temporarily stopped the production of rum, and our focus has been on the production of a sanitizing solution to assist in the fight against this dreadful pandemic. We have commenced free distribution to the senior citizens' homes, children's homes, and other vital organizations around the country, and made this product available to you at supermarkets and pharmacies island-wide. We encourage you to please listen and obey the guidelines issued by our health authority and the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Caribbean Agros Industry Limited would like to thank the general public for their patience during the period of closure and would like to inform the public and the valued customers that effective May 13th, they shall be resuming sales operations on the basis of the following conditions. Sales hours shall be from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. The minimum purchase amount of flour and or feed shall be 10 bags per person. All customers entering the compound must wear facial masks, which must be kept on at all times while on the compound. Customers are also required to complete a visitor's form and will have their temperatures checked by the company's security personnel. Customers testing over 38 degrees Celsius will not be permitted entry. Additionally, a maximum of 15 customers shall be allowed on the compound at any given time. Management thank you for your cooperation and look forward to serving you under safe and secure conditions as we play our part to protect you, our valued customers, as well as our staff from the threat posed by the current pandemic. The Grenada Bankers Association wishes to advise the public that effective Tuesday, May 12, 2020, commercial banks will open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal, join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made. My name is Hollis Mr. Killer Map, and I endorse this message.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, partly cloudy and breezy. Any shower should be light and brief. Tonight's minimum temperature, 26.5 degrees Celsius. Wind east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough. Waves 6 to 8 feet in northerly swells. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides high at 8:15 p.m., low at 3 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:45. The weather on Wednesday, the 13th day of May, partly cloudy and breezy morning with few brief showers possible, becoming generally fair by midday. On Thursday, the 14th, generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times. Any shower should be light and brief. And on Friday, the 15th, generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with few brief showers possible. That is the sports news. That is the weather. Sports news up next. Hello, sporting fans. President of the Caribbean Football Union, Randy Harris, believes that the region needs to understand the role of FIFA in football a lot more, and that Trinidad and Tobago may have been spared in the past, but not now. In an exclusive interview with Andre Errol Baptiste on iSports on sister station I-95.5 FM on Saturday, Harris reiterated his call for the region to get its affairs in order. He said, quote, "I believe that looking from the outside, that FIFA was giving Trinidad and Tobago a bligh, as we say in the Caribbean. It was supposed to be a revenue-generating income project, but it was closed. But all of us are answerable to FIFA, and from time to time, all of us are in situations that have to be regularized," unquote. On the 17th of March, FIFA announced that it was implementing a normalization committee to run the football affairs of Trinidad and Tobago, replacing the duly elected Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, led at the time by President William Wallace, who has challenged FIFA's decision since then in every aspect of TTFA's operations. Right, this one to report. We can tell you that Cricket West Indies President Ricky Skerritt has given the assurance that the Tour of England will only take place once the regional body is satisfied that the safety of players will not be compromised and that conditions in the United Kingdom do not put them at a disadvantage, arguing that speculation over preconditions for the tour was premature since both Cricket West Indies and the England and Wales Cricket Board was still at the discussion phase. Skerritt said his administration would not agree to the series unless the environment was mutually suitable. The qualifying tournament for next year's Women's World Cup has been postponed because of the coronavirus pandemic. The event, featuring 10 teams, including Ireland, was due to take place in Sri Lanka from the 3rd to 19th of July. Pakistan, West Indies, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh are also involved. 3 teams will qualify to join England, Australia, South Africa, India and hosts New Zealand in the World Cup, scheduled for February and March 2021. The other teams in the qualifier who made it through regional qualification tournaments are Zimbabwe, Thailand, Papua New Guinea, the Netherlands and the United States. Floyd Mayweather has given a somewhat surprising response to Errol Spence's recent comments about him. The current unified welterweight champion was recently asked about a fantasy prime versus prime fight against Mayweather. and made his feelings clear. On the All the Smoke podcast, Spence said, quote, "I'm 100% focused. I think I'd beat Floyd. He's mentally tough. I'd cut him up and use my jab, throw combinations and work the body and work the head." Unquote. Many expected Mayweather to fire back at his former sparring partner. However, the retired legend instead gave a classy reply.
I just wanted to kind of get your react. Like, when you hear another fighter, like a young fighter like Errol Spence, does that make you smile when you hear that?
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He's supposed to believe in his skills. He's supposed to believe in his talent. You know, I want all these fighters to believe that if they was facing against Floyd Mayweather, they would win. I mean, I'm proud of him, and I want him to continue to believe in his skills and believe in his talent. You know, I can't say anything about no fighter. All I got to say about me is when it was my time, when I was fighting, every time I went out there, I worked extremely.
Meanwhile, former world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson continued to tease boxing fans about a possible return to the ring by posting another training video on Instagram on Monday that ended with the message, "I'm back." We can tell you that he went on to say, well, the 53-year-old caught the attention of the boxing world last week when he posted a short video of a workout that showed he possesses plenty of the punching power and speed that allowed him to become the first heavyweight to hold the WBA, WBC, and IFB titles. Tyson said then that he was considering a return to the ring for some exhibition bouts to raise money for charity. Talk about that one. That's the sports news for now. Time for Around the Globe. Bermuda's death toll from the global coronavirus pandemic has risen to 8. Health Minister Kim Wilson has warned. Wilson gave no details of the victim briefing but said she was deeply saddened to report another fatality. Wilson said the total number of confirmed cases was now 119 after 469 test results received since Sunday identified one case of the disease. In Jamaica, churches there will be allowed to open for a 2-week trial period. Commencing Saturday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who made the announcement, said services may resume within a context agreed within the faith-based community. Included in the agreement are that temperature checks are done on entry and social distancing rules will continue to apply throughout other church spaces and within the sanctuary space. That is, people who are to maintain a minimum 6-foot distance from each other. Holness noted that the gathering rules, no more than 10 gathered 6 feet from each other, apply for all other spaces outside of the sanctuary or worship spaces. It's good news for Trinidad and Tobago students at the University of the West Indies Cayville campus in Barbados and Mona campus in Jamaica, as they received assurances from National Security Minister Stuart Young that the government is arranging a flight for them to return home. We get more from our sister station, TV6.
Trinidad and Tobago University students in Jamaica and Barbados wishing to return home in light of the COVID-19 pandemic will have to spend 14 days in quarantine before being allowed to board a special Caribbean Airlines flight.
Every student who wants to return via this very careful operation is going to be quarantined in Barbados and in Jamaica for 14 days. That is the first condition. You will be quarantined in Barbados and Jamaica for 14 days. We are then going to arrange with Caribbean Airlines once we ascertain the number.
Young said the issue is being discussed with principals of the UE campuses.
I am dealing with the principals of the various institutions in Barbados, Cave Hill, and in Mona, Jamaica. This morning I had a conversation with the principal at the University of the West Indies St. Augustine campus. What we're going to be looking at is in the first week of June, and we've already spoken to Caribbean Airlines, we will be planning an operation for Caribbean Airlines to go to both Barbados and Jamaica to bring back our local students.
However, he said there would be an important condition attached to the initiative.
The students who wish to come back, and this will be coordinated by the principals of these various institutions in Barbados and Jamaica. It is not a personal reach out to minister and a personal reach out to anyone here in Trinidad. We're going to carefully coordinate it with the principals in Barbados and in Jamaica.
Young also debunked allegations that the government had abandoned students.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago has not abandoned any national, including our students, wherever you are in the world. What we've done is carefully managed, after getting the advice and consultation with our public health experts, the population here. And as you've been seeing, we are carefully managing those returning to Trinidad and Tobago.
He said the government had contacted the students before in an effort to bring them home, but they refused.
When we were making the arrangements to bring home those students, quite a number of them indicated they wanted to stay there, they wanted to stay in school, there were exams taking place. There's a lot of uncertainty with COVID all over the world, so you don't measure it now. Put yourselves back to that period of time when we were initially going to put these arrangements in place. So the students are the ones who then indicated they wanted to stay in place because they didn't want it to affect the examinations.
Now this, U.S. President Donald Trump says that former President Barack Obama committed the greatest crime in American political history. That crime, he says, is very obvious to everybody.
Mr. President, in one of your Mother's Day tweets, you appear to accuse President Obama of the biggest political crime in American history by far. Those were your words. What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected, and it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again. And you'll be seeing what's going on over the coming weeks. But I wish you'd write honestly about it. But unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John, please.
Crime. What is the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours. John, please.
All right, we have to leave things here for the time being. A reminder of the headlines: lifeguards and sea bathers save woman on the first day back on the beach. Family charged for burning young boys over peanut butter. Minister for Health Nicholas Steele praises unsung heroes on International Nurses Day. In the sports news, President of the Caribbean Football Union believes that the region needs to understand the role of FIFA in football a lot more. And in Around the Globe, 8 die of COVID-19 in Bermuda. All right, if you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Thanks for watching. Good night.